So, air signs, this is Kiara, and this is going to be a reading for you. I'm already getting, just on the energy that I downloaded, was that I feel like you guys are maybe addressing your issues with relationships, or addressing how it is that you connect with people, how people receive you, or how people feel about you. Whatever it is definitely the energy here around just connections in general. So we're going to pull some cards just to see. I'm going to start with the tarot, and then we will do oracle decks, okay? If you guys want a personal reading after seeing how good this reading is, look at my bio for information. My email is in there, or if you having trouble for whatever reason, just comment in the comments, and then we'll go from there, okay? So we're going to go ahead and use the Infinite Door deck, and we're going to see what we get. First card out is Justice. Okay, so something is balancing out Libra energy. Head over heart, matters of the heart, matters of the mind. Obviously this is air signs, and you guys do rule thoughts, communication, messages, information, all the good things that, go on inside the brain, or that we receive in the brain, or the mind, more so than the brain. It's mind. Knight of Pentacles. There's justice on something. Look, his head is a cloud. Even though it's pentacles, he's definitely not using his head. Maybe you haven't been using your head. Or maybe you've just been too much in your head, and something has been moving very slowly here. You're noticing something is moving slowly. Something stinks. Something maybe is rotten. Something is old. Something is expired. Maybe something, or maybe you realize it is really been little to no movement at all. Knight of Pentacles can be very, very slow movement, to where there's like none, like trying to move a mountain here. Then you have the Temperance card. So this will be your first 3 cards out. Is really just the main energy for me personally as a reader. This temperance here, obviously you see emotions. Let's see. Tell me more about the Temperance here. I mean, obviously it's like maybe something's happening, timing, something with timing, something, divine timing, something's happened. There's been maybe you feel right now there's just been a lot of events surrounding your emotions, connections, friendships, relationships that have been popping up lately, that you've been really having to deal with, or really, it's just kind of been highlighting things. So a lot of relationships, it was just Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. A lot of things about relationships have just been, or emotions, connections, how you connect with yourself, people, whatever case may be. This is your main energy. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. So you feel really distant from something that feels like, or lack. This is lack. You feel maybe lack of worthiness here. 6 of Swords and 6 of Wands. So obviously there is an energy of wanting to move on or move forward, having peace or solution, or maybe even clarity on the situation surrounding connections. This could be a particular connection, and maybe you're realizing this particular connection that you have with someone, it is moving very slowly. But you want justice in this thing that's moving very slowly. You want something, or you're looking for a relationship, or you're looking for relationships, friendships that really feel like they align with you, really feel seamless. Maybe a lot of friendships have been taking a lot of work, a lot of relationships have been taking a lot of work, and you just want something where it is a lot easier, very abundant, very, you know, brings a lot of happiness, optimistic joy, Jupiter energy. It helps you expand, it helps you grow, maybe it sees your growth, something of that nature. But I feel like Five of Pentacles here, you really have been lacking this. Maybe lacking the stability to do it. Maybe you're realizing you have been lacking the stability to do it. What's the Five of Pentacles? Two of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like there's been like a balancing act here you've been trying to do. Maybe a show you've been trying to put on. Four of Cups at the bottom, type of rejected. Maybe you felt rejected. Maybe you have not been accepting. Maybe you've been juggling a lot of people, a lot of things. These pentacles are different sizes. Now, I don't know if they intended to do it, but I see it. And with me seeing it, it feels like you have been, like a lot of things have been maybe unbalanced. Maybe what you have received from other people feels to be unbalanced. Maybe like you are realizing, I'm looking at the monitor because you're already sleeping. I want to make sure he's not gonna wake up, honey. Maybe you realize what you have given and received in a lot of situations or a lot of relationships feels very unbalanced, feels very maybe moochy for the other people, maybe mooching off you, leeching off you in some type of way, shape, or form. And I feel like you're ready to just have something where it is mutually beneficial and there is a balance. Okay. And I'm also maybe seeing this Knight of Pentacles here where you like these relationships, these connections, really feel like you don't really have anything to show for them. Like you feel like I've just been dealing with these people, being friends with these people, being in relationships with these people, and I'm not really getting anything out of it. Death card at the bottom of the deck. Feels like maybe you kind of in a space where I think you just Scorpio energy. You could be really cutting people off. You really could be removing people from your circle, air signs. And it doesn't really feel like you're apologetic about it. It feels like you're just kind of honest and straightforward about it, very direct, or just a collective energy of air energy right now. Maybe everybody's going through this where you're just, you know, it's just very direct and you're not really trying to pussyfoot about anything with anybody. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the next deck and see what this next deck says. I'm gonna get glasses one day, but just not today. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. So there is something new coming in, new opportunity. There's a new opportunity. Hold on, let's see. King of Swords. I feel like this is something that has been given to you. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Something that has been given to you. This Ace of Pentacles again. So I really feel those two pentacles that I saw. Remember I said there were two different sizes? I feel like there is something. People have maybe been acting like they have been giving you something so big, so grand. Like they maybe have been perceiving to like really be going to bat for you, really be on your side, really be on your team, whatever it is. I feel like people really have been bigging you up, but in reality I really feel like it's been a page, and I really feel like it's been somebody who doesn't really have that much to offer. It's not really that beneficial. And I think with the King of Swords in the middle, I think you're just realizing that. I really feel like this is just energy of you just realizing that maybe even you give the Ace of Pentacles and feel like you receive the Page of Pentacles back. And even if it's a thing where you don't really want to blame other people, I think you're just realizing that what you give and what you receive back is just not equitable, or what you want, what your idea is. Even if this is not something that you have done now, you're realizing, like, you know, these relationships don't really look how I want them to look. Like, these friendships don't really look how I want them to look. Oh, Death card again, y'all. Second deck, Death card. What's the Death card? Let's see. What is this new beginning, new opportunity? Four of Pentacles. You could be more reserved, going for it, more controlled, protective. I swear I hear somebody. Okay. More protective. Tell me more about the death part. I feel like a cycle here is closing out with people. Like I really feel like you're done with this. Like 9-9 was on the clock. I really feel like this is like you have really learned your lesson. You have really realized like this. What have you learned actually? What is the lesson? Before I try to speculate, what is the lesson that air signs have learned? Queen of Cups said, you know what? I'm not really that detached. I'm not really as attached as I have perceived. I am the Queen of Cups. I can be the Queen of Cups. I think people see air signs sometimes, people who don't dwell in emotion or don't know how to connect. But I think you are recognizing, you know what, this is how I connect. Maybe I just haven't known how to connect with people. I haven't realized that, you know what, I like when we have conversations, communicate, talk about things like that really makes me feel connected to a person. And so many people around me have wanted to connect with emotions, or I've tried to connect on a feelings, talk about feelings kind of way, but that's not who I am. You're recognizing the way I can connect with there. It's just a certain kind of way that I do connect. And with you recognizing that, I feel like that is making you want to have, you know, new circles, new people, or cut people off. Okay. I've been pulled to say what's at the back. Yep. I feel like here, if you're anything like me, how do you know if everyone's like, who is these people that I feel like are not meant for me? How do you know, or how you have found out these people are not meant for you? They give you freaking headaches. They give you headaches. They give you migraines. You don't feel good. You know, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, that scared me because I do not want to ever lose cards. I have lost some cards in my decks, and I don't want to lose anymore. It is a very devastating thing. See? It's a very devastating thing. Look, see, these people don't want you to know what kind of time they're be on. But you're rocking with the realest. So, you still gonna find out. They won't be able to hide it. You won't be able to hide it. We're gonna still find out. Hold on. Put this right here. Put these right here. Okay. So yes, you don't feel good around these people. You feel discombobulated. Your energy feels disrupted around these people. You immediately start feeling anxiety. My hair hurts. I can't think. I was just cool. What the fuck? What's going on? It's because you're around people that are draining your life force. They're draining your energy. They make you feel down, depleted, feel like you're on DTA and you have one heart left. When you get around people, and me, like I said, if you're like me, you get migraines. I get migraines. And I've been realizing that recently. Like, I get migraines when I'm plugged, when I'm around people who, one, I don't feel safe with, so I'm extra plugged in, or I can feel whatever they're feeling, whatever the imbalance that we have with each other, whatever that off chemistries that we have with each other is radiating and is making my hair hurt. And if you're not tapped in, you don't notice. They probably don't notice. They don't feel good, but they don't, and maybe they don't feel good because they're, you know, actually like the conflict. They actually don't like to be in this space of, you know, tension. And maybe you have been there before too, but maybe you get into a space where you realize how this makes you feel, and now you want to come out of it. Okay. So I'm going to clarify this 5 of Wands and this High Priestess. Hangman, yes, you're seeing things differently. What's this says? Hangman says, look at the world from a different perspective. Waiting, sacrifice, hesitation, suspension, or recalibration. And you're recalibrating. Okay? So I'm going to pull some of the Oracle cards, and then we're going to get up out of here, air signs. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you made it this far, definitely like, comment, and subscribe, because obviously the message has resonated to keep you, you know, locked in. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we get from these decks, just to, you know, clarify what I'm saying. Okay, Spirit don't make me out to be no liar. They don't ever. Courage. This may take some courage. This may make you have to be a little bit more brave than you normally are. Maybe a little bit more direct than you normally are. Maybe a little bit more boisterous about it than you normally are. Like I said, more defensive about it than you normally are. Cut ties. cut ties. You have to be strong and cut ties with these people. You may not want to, though, because it could be people that's close to you, or you just don't know how, but you're going to be left with no choice. Last card, intuition. You know this intuitively. If you don't, you're going to get nudges, and you're going to start hurting, and your head's going to start hurting, and you're going to start noticing the disruption that you feel around these people, okay? So this is your reading, air signs, and see you next time.